As I emailed myself along this issue, I should look at ways to hide everything else and store a large set. So for the hiding everything else, just to make it easier to see, I'm wondering which one it is. No, not that one. So in this one, gone through a few different things like scaling this section. I'm not sure how well that works. It may work. But also looked at when I select this one, then everything is slightly grayed out. Well, these are mistakes. Everything that isn't selected or connected is slightly grayed out. That helps see what you're referring to. The problem can sometimes be that things are quite close together. So if Yuli Shen Burke was connected to Dina and Fabienne, the lines wouldn't show that. It would just be a mess behind here. So that's why if they were highlighted, you know they're selected to whatever you selected. So that's one thing that I'm looking at. And then the other side of it is this, which is how to handle large volumes. What I've done here is selected this bit and used an interface to make it one set. Not sure how to do that. It could be drag select, it could be by this hashtag. So I'm wondering if maybe instead of doing that, it will be more interesting. And by the way, I'm just in Photoshop. If I put this to the side, remove the cool things, maybe leave the stroke, no, and just leave that one wherever. What we could do is have columns. So after this, outside of this, I mean, we could have something like this. Of course, then I would need to do the same here. So that's about the same. So that whatever's in the outside columns, I could scroll up and down. I have the middle space to use. But then I do lose space, and it's not guaranteed. That is going to be just two things that I want to do that with. An alternative issue is this stuff on top here. Okay. Still have it selected. Maybe that should be in a box like this, because these are kind of hashtag categories. Obviously they're just a bit of a jumble, but the point of them, if I go to the real author, is I can see who's interested in cognition. Brundle, Jim Holland, and Murphy, and so on. Obviously, quite a few references to AR. But they go both ways, you know, text, murals, and so on. It would be interesting to have that. But again, maybe that's not the kind of layout that I want to use as a random user. So I'm trying to come up with the most useful way to be able to have a lot of people. Now I've artificially separated contributors from publishers here just to make it fit, but what if it's more? What if I cannot do that? Maybe the thing I'm just going to duplicate. Just going to duplicate this for fun. Maybe the scaling idea is, you know, that there's two sizes. So this is still readable. Quite literally have a toggle. So that should that be a toggle just for size or size and position? Imagine if I now move this here, because I don't need them at the moment, right? And then I hit the, let's say the minus key to get them back to where they were. Should they then come on top like this? Or should it be wherever they were before, which could have been here? So I start with this, I hit a key, and it disappears. Probably not a good idea to remember location, so we probably should have it. So it's select all of these guys or the tag, and they go small. So then a question becomes, if I select any of these guys, should they go full size? Probably don't need to. So having gone through this again and again many times, I do think that sizing is probably a good idea, but not forever sizing. Being able to scale them into 2 sizes, and that can maybe be set in preferences what that would be. So I can do that on top here just to see how it feels. Make them also tiny, roughly the same size. So they would then have to scale in a specific way. They'd have to go centered X and Y axis when they go big again. So from that and back to where it was. Yeah, so right now interactions we have select, spacebar doesn't do anything. But you know, we could do spacebar to shrink. Okay, I like that. I'm going to write that up.